Hello and welcome back. It was reported that Meghan Markle had originally wanted to combine Archie's first birthday party with a welcome to Los Angeles party for herself, which seems pretty typical of Meghan. And, instead of maybe inviting some people with children over so Archie would have other kids to play with, she wanted to throw a Hollywood-style bash. Obviously, because of the coronavirus, those plans have had to change. While Archie may not have gotten tons of gifts from family and friends this year, I did want to talk about what his parents have given him in his first year of life. The first thing that Archie received was a whole lot of physical instability. Before Archie turned 1 year old, he had already lived in 3 countries. While this might seem like a jet-setting dream, it's my personal opinion that it's better for young children to have stability in their lives. Young children thrive off of stability. Archie was born in May of 2019. He lived in the United Kingdom for a few months, then he moved to Canada for a few months, and now he's been in the United States for a couple of months. And that's a lot of bouncing around for a child. And keep in mind that his parents were bouncing around as well. They left him at the beginning of January 2020 for their jaunt across the pond for their Megxit announcement, and then they left him again when they completed their final duties as working royals in March of 2020. And who knows how many nannies he's had in and out of his life as well. It's highly unlikely that a UK-based nanny would up and relocate first to Canada and then to the United States. I'm sure they've had at least 3 or 4 separate nannies and probably more than that. Archie hasn't had a familiar room, a familiar routine, and those things are important for children. Next, they have given Archie a significant amount of distance between himself and his younger cousins. Archie has many cousins on Harry's side, but he most likely will never really get to know them. Of course, he has his 3 first cousins, George, Charlotte, and Louis. Then he has many second cousins and extended family in the UK. Let's take a look at this older article from January 2020, which clearly paints this very sad picture for Archie. As the dust settles on the constitutional chaos, it's easy to forget that, at its core, the abdication crisis is a sad story of a wounded family breaking apart. There is probably no more heartbreaking illustration of this than the rumor reported Tuesday in the Daily Mail that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's kid, Archie, has only met his cousins George, Charlotte, and Louis 1 or 2 times in his life. It now seems inevitable Archie will only be on the briefest of terms with his Cambridge cousins after the Queen approved plans last night for Harry and Meghan to give up their senior royal roles. Even if Harry or Meghan come back for occasional ceremonial duties in the UK, it seems unlikely that their son will be subjected to regular transatlantic trips. And at this point, Harry and Meghan have created such a rift between themselves and the British royal family, which is Harry's family. I don't see what relationship Archie will be able to foster with his cousins. Archie will basically be the cousin that comes around once or twice a year for a couple of days, and that is sad. He also will most likely be a fish out of water when he goes back, because he won't have been exposed to everyday royal life, he won't know the customs, he won't know the events, and it will most likely be very awkward for him whenever he does visit, and that is really tragic. I think this is a reflection of his mother's view of family in particular. Meghan has strained relationships, to say the least, with family members on both sides. This is normal for her. It's normal for her to not have family around. It's normal for her to have severed bonds. But Harry should really know better. Family will always be there for you when no one else will be, whether you argue with them or not. And I do hope for Archie's sake that Harry makes a real effort to introduce his son to his history on the British side and make sure that Archie fosters close bonds with that family. Again, I'm not really hopeful about this. It may not be something that Archie thinks about when he's a child, but later on as an adult, I guarantee he will say, "Mom, Dad, why didn't you give me an opportunity to live that life? Why didn't you give me an opportunity to know my family?" I guarantee it. And lastly, maybe most importantly, I think that Harry and Meghan have given Archie two parents who really are not happy and are not satisfied. How long has it been now that Harry and Meghan have been saying that they were unhappy? Pretty much their entire marriage and Archie's entire life. And that is really sad for a young child to have two parents that are unhappy. And as a mom of 3 young kids myself, I know that children pick up on these things. Even now, when Harry and Meghan say that they moved to be happy, they are engaging in a lawsuit that is only bringing up more painful and traumatic memories and uncovering more private correspondence. I'm really not sure how anybody can be happy while going through such intense litigation. It's like saying that you're extremely happy while going through a painful divorce. So in conclusion, it seems like this is a case of history repeating itself. Harry and Meghan both come from backgrounds of shattered family relationships and instability, and it seems as though they are intent upon giving that to their son. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.